Okay, good afternoon. I'm Laureen Zarba, Technology Training Manager. I'm sure a lot of you know who I am. I put together most of the technology classes and I teach them. And I'm really happy to offer this free webinar for you in the LIBOR's Wednesday webinars. So this whole month I was trying to do some Stratus refreshers for you. And today it's going to be, my title was putting together a simple CMA in Stratus. So I have a really good technique for that. This webinar is recorded, which is nice because this way you can watch it again, or if somebody missed it, they can see it, and it will be available on LIBOR's website in professional development webinars. I'll show you where that is if you don't know where that is. And actually every single Wednesday webinar that we offer since the pandemic, so we've had it for a few years now, are all recorded. Especially this one, because you might miss something and you say, well, you know what, I love the way Laureen did that CMA, but I don't remember how to do it. So you could just look at the recording. Again, that's going to be available on LI Realtor, professional development webinars. So I thought what we do today is study the market a little bit and see what's happening. And I'm going to show you some reports and some searches that will help you in, seeing what your market's doing, especially since it's been such a crazy market. And in some areas might be settling down, and some are still getting over asking price. So I have a few searches that I do with the classes to show you, how to study your market. So we'll be doing some reports. I'm going to show you some searches. So we'll do some price change searches. I'll do some sold searches, maybe pendings, depending upon my time. And then before you leave, I'm going to show you a technique on putting together a CMA in Stratus. So if you're having a problem with the CMA in Stratus, this definitely will help you, where we create a listing cart. And then we have this great search that I used to show, but it hasn't been working, but now it's fixed in predefined search on how to search for comps and put them in a listing cart and then create your CMA from there. So that's what the webinar is going to be about. So we're going to start with studying the market using the market report generator. And we've had that for a while now. Some of you might be new agents and didn't know that. And it's located, you can see my Stratus screen. I'm on the info center in Stratus. And on the right side, let me mention just a couple of things. Since you're on a webinar, you're muted and your cameras, we don't see you, so you can kind of relax. But if you have a question, you're going to have to put it in chat. So periodically through the webinar, I'll check the chat and see what the questions are, but I probably wait to the end and then answer any of your questions, okay? So before I forget, you are muted and I can't see you. You can see me because it's a webinar. So thank you for coming and welcome. Hope you're enjoying your summer. On the right side, the first thing we're going to do to study your market is the market report generator. It's located under the One Key MLS links. And I just love this report. It's designed by the MLS. So the data is real-time data. And it's such an easy way for you to develop this report with your brand on the bottom of it that you can share. You can put it in your CMAs. You can share it with your buyers. You can share it on social media. So I'll show you that if you haven't seen this one. And what you do is a template. And I'm just going to put in Huntington, because that's the town I picked to do this for you. Towns can pop up and click on Huntington. If you want to check school district information, you can. Keep in mind, it has residential, condo, and co-ops checked. So the market might be different when we combine them or separate them, which I am going to show you. Usually I leave it on all three, and I'll leave it on all three for the first search. We have a median price report that we're going to do, but you do have transactions or averages, 12 months, 6 months, 3 months, and 1 month. Let me go back over here because I think I just have it. Now it's spinning. And also the last full month was June. So that's what we have here. So as soon as It updates automatically. The MLS will update it. So when we're finished with this month, it will be July up there. You follow? So since it is spinning, we don't like when things spin like that. So let me start this again. On the right side, in case you missed it, it's the market report generator. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to put in Huntington again. You put in your town, zip code, or county. And again, you can kind of, I don't change anything in here, but you can concentrate on a certain market if you want to. This is the only report in Stratus that you have to put your name in. So don't forget this, because when I log out of here, it's going to take my name off of here. And you want your names on everything you generate and share with your customers or your clients, where you put your emails in, you put in your phone numbers in, and your office in. I put my cell phone number in here. And so you have to do this. Keep that in mind every time you come in here. It doesn't save it. It says save. And it looks like it's missing a digit of your phone number, but it isn't. Let me just press save. All right, so all you do is generate the report. And then the report will come up on the bottom. Okay, so don't wait for it to pop in. You have to scroll down. So here is the report. If you haven't seen it, I love this report because, you know, when you look at things visually, like you have a column chart here, you have a table, and you have a line chart. Wow, you can really see what's happening in a market, right? Numbers don't mean that much because we don't process numbers as fast as we do when we look at charts. So when we look at this one, there's 3 of them here. This is for the last 3 years. Gray or blue, whatever color this you want to call this, is this year, 2023. The gold is 2022, and then 2021. And you can see houses just climbing up still in Huntington. Same with condos and same with co-ops. Over on the right, this table will compare the current year median price with last year's median price, the middle price. And the percentage of change are all still in the positive. That means they're still going up from last year. Now, this is not always the case. Sometimes we will be going down, especially after we've had some storms or other things that happen to our market. I've seen this in the negative for a few years, but not lately, because now we're in a positive. Also over here, the line chart, again, climb, kind of steadying out, a little dip there in that part. Now, what you can do with this is you can share it on social media. Let me show you that. You click on the little share button, and in the right, I think there's like 100, 200 sites. You can put it on your Facebook page every single, monthly to show your, your influence that what is happening in the market, because everybody likes real estate. Everybody wants to know what their property is going to be worth. So what's nice about this is that, let me go over here because this opens all the windows, is if I want to, let me go up here. If I want to print it or download it or save it, let me show you the download. It will have your name at the bottom. See, I typed my name, I put in LIBOR, I put in my cell phone number and the date and time that I generated this report. So honestly, I've seen this report at open houses. I've seen it because you're branded, which is really nice. I've seen it where people are using it in their CMA or the listing presentations. It just makes you look so professional. And again, it's coming from our One Key MLS. So the data is coming right from there. So those are the things. You can share it, you could print it, you could email it, you could snail mail it, whatever you want to do. Market report generator. Let me just go back because I want to show you something. If I took out houses and the condos and co-ops, because I was playing with this before the webinar, and generate the report. Let's see what it looks like just for residential. Is there a difference in the market? It could be, especially in areas like Great Neck. We have a lot of co-ops or areas with condos and things like that. You might want to do separate reports for each property type. And it's a little slow right now. I don't know if my internet's very good here. I just was using the, here we go, just a little slow. Okay, let me generate it again so it refreshes. Oh, it already did. Okay, so this is residential. Just ignore the spinning here. Okay, positive change. And a little dip right here in March, in the winter, and then back up. Not much of a change. And then you could click on just condos if you want to. Let's try that and generate the report. So if you came in and you don't know what I'm doing, it's the market report generator. You can get it off the info center in Stratus under the one key MLS links. And this is the condo market. Wow. If you look at the percentage of change here, this is a big jump from last year. Condo prices from last year, the median price, 18.5% what we were over than last year for the month of June. Again, June is here. July is not there because we're not done with July. We're almost done with July. Hard to believe. And then that will be popped in here automatically. Okay. Wow. Look at this. That's for condos. So, all right, let me do, I think I have another one I wanted you to do. I wanted to do something in Queens. So let me get rid of Huntington. And I'm going to put in Jamaica. Okay. And then grab it. Make sure you grab it there. So Jamaica, I'm going to do houses and condos and co-ops, the whole thing. Now my name is already still in there. I don't have to put it in. It's when I leave here that the names disappear. Only this report. I don't know why I can't stay in there, but it must be the way it's designed. So I'm generating the report for Jamaica. Because it's interesting with Queens, I think the prices were so high there that you might see a little dip, but nope, no dip. Not for Jamaica anyway, 1.7% over. And it looks kind of like, well, the condos and co-ops went down a little bit. Wow. So right now my table is using all the property types. Okay, residential, condo, and co-op. And then let's see what's happening here. It's pretty steady. So let me just do condos. I just want to see what that looks like in Queens. Generate the report. I see I have 4 chats in there. I will look at them in a second. See, this is what I'm saying. So the condo market went down a little bit in Jamaica. You see that? Not right now for June or May, but in April and March, the percentage of change was the negative. Wow. Sometimes you'll see like a roller coaster effect. So again, this has been available. We've had this for a while, but I still like showing it because again, you can print this out. I'll show you where it is in case you missed that. Here's where you print here. Here's where you share it on social media if you want to put it on there so that your name is at the bottom. They have your cell phone number, your office, and you can utilize this report any way you want. And it just makes you look more professional. Plus, or it's a way for you to study the market or your market. All right, I am moving on. So I found it over here in case you missed it, market report generator. And let me just see. Okay. I got to thank you. The condos, what other type are okay, I'm not sure what that meant. I'll have to look at this after. Here's a report that's kind of hidden, unless you took one of my classes. It is the market statistics report. This is another one for studying your market. It is located, you might have a panel for it. It's located under listings market statistics. See here? I kind of close a lot of my panels. It's just too busy on my info center. Now in here, I'm putting in Massapequa. Massapequa. I try to pick the big towns just to look. I'm not saving anything. I'm submitting. So there's a whole new report. This report is based on absorption time and supply and demand. And that is really, really important, especially in this market, because we know our supply is really, really low, which drives prices up. And our demand is pretty high. So if you think of it like this, the supply is the sellers and the demand is the buyers, okay? Sometimes that helps you kind of understand what that means. Now, I did Massapequa, and this is June, this is the last full month. There's 49 new listings and 60 total on the market. You see here? 37 closed. This absorption time, which I know confuses people, is based upon, and I'll tell you how they calculate this. There's a little question mark here in case, say your consumer asks you, how do they come up with that? And you go, I don't really know, okay? But you really should know. You could actually print this out, which I have done. It's too much to read right now, and I need to get out of it. So let me go back over. All right, let me close that. So just a simple explanation is it takes the total available listings and they divide it by the pendings, the under contracts. Okay, that's how they do it in our MLS. The new listings are kind of blue here, and the closed listings are gold. Then you get your average prices, medium price, which is your middle, and medium original price. So you kind of hover over the months. It'll give you amount. But I really like to look at the supply and demand, especially in this market, right? How many houses are out there and how many buyers are running around trying to find houses? So you can see in December, whoa, dip, dip, dip. Okay, nothing. And then we climbed up a little bit. This is Huntington now. Every market might be different. And you can see that the supply is low here. Now, over here also will tell you how many actives under contracts, which we call pendings, and close is the percentage. Now, this report, if you use Collab, you can share it with the client in Collab. You can print this. Let me show you a print. Now, I don't have to type my name in here. Your name will automatically be in here. Make sure that your cell phone number is put in settings in Stratus. If you don't know that, I'll show you where that is. Now, mine's really small, but you can see the information in the footer here is going to be you, your company, and your cell phone number and your email or whatever it is that your contact information. Now, if you're like me, I like to see where these numbers are coming from. And you can show that in report. I get a lot of questions on, Lorene, how do we know, our statistics for each month? And you can go to report here. You see summary report. These are actual numbers for Huntington because that's the town I put in. This is last year. So I'm in June of 2023. And I did divide my total listings, which was 60. You can't probably read that. By the under contracts, which are 49, it came to 1.2 absorption time in months. I don't know, if you're not a number person, you probably don't care about that, but it's kind of important to know. This, just so you know, and I do teach a class on this, but we don't have time for all of that, but you can download this as a CSV file into Excel if you really wanted the data on your computer and do charts with that, things like that. So that's there if you want to. And I know I can hear you saying, well, Lorene, how'd you do that? Can you do that again? I will. Okay. I'm going to go into, not edit, listings, market statistics. I'll do one more, okay? Babylon. I just typed the town in. It just seems easier to me. You can click on the gear, and you got like a million towns in here. I did Babylon. That's always had a low supply because, because the village, they want to walk. They want to be by the train station. And it was a hot area. And let's see what the absorption time is, 2.3 months. So that's a little longer than before. How's our supply? Wow, supply is actually up for Babylon and the demand is a little lower, unusual for Babylon, so that's good. And then again, I showed the report here, which actually gives you the real figures. The reason I'm showing you this, I want to, I find that the agents don't really know where to go to get the data. So I do like to sometimes in my class show this, and especially here, since we're going to be doing a CMA, get a feel for what is happening in your market. And again, markets might be different. Okay, so those two reports I wanted to start with. Let me look. You guys have a question about that? You can just put it in the chat. All right, I don't see anything in the chat, so I'll keep going. Sometimes I don't always look, I look at it, but I go back and forth. I get into my zone. All right, now here are some searches that you can do also to find out what's happening in your market. I was just doing this one yesterday. It's the price change search. So we can go into listing search. Now, price change, they're still on the market, right? They're not sold. They're on the market. I see a question here. Does MLS have a CRM? Yes, contacts. It's not overly sophisticated, but you have contacts in there. You can put you can actually upload in there if you have them in Excel. It's not that easy. You have to make sure your field headings match up, but you do have that. Here's contacts. All right, the price change. So I'm doing availables. I'm going to do houses. And here we are on our search screen. I'm not doing anything with criteria, not really with you guys anyway. I am doing, I wanted to put in Huntington again. This is a really good one, because we see price changes, but we don't really know what price changes they are. In all the years I've been teaching Stratus and looking at the market, it's like, it's more important than ever that we know if the prices are going down or up, okay? Because, right, they were going up too, over listing price. So here's a little search that you can do. I'm doing Huntington, I did on the markets. Down here at the bottom, last status change. This is where you're going to put in your price change. You see here? So you don't have to put a date in. You don't have to do anything like that. You just want to know price changes. So I have 18 price changes. And we press submit. Now, before I press submit, what you can do is you can save these searches so that you can periodically check your market to see what's happening. You should be on top of what is happening in your market. The consumers sometimes know more than we do, and that's not good. We need to know more. We need to be educated when we start talking to them. So you can save this search. I'll just show you if you've never done it. I'll just call this price change search. I always used to save searches, so I remember how I did it. And sometimes you forget. And everything updates because we're on a live system here. Things change minute to minute, okay? We're going to press submit here, second to second sometimes. Now, I see a lot of red arrows going down. Okay, that indicates what price is reducing, right? And I'll tell you when you hover over these that what percentage the price has changed. If you see green arrows going up, that means they went up, and we saw them a lot. I've never seen them so much. I think it was last year or last summer, a lot of price increases, right? You've probably seen that. Now, what about these here? We don't know what they are. They don't have any arrows. And I'm not sure why they don't have an arrow. I think these might have been recently changed, the price. But here's some things that you can do. I want to know what it was originally. So we're going to put in, here, I've got to show you. I do this a lot now. Now, these field headings, sometimes they make me crazy because I take some of this stuff out temporarily. I'm removing so I can see more of what I really need to see. So if I click on a heading so you can remove it, believe me, they're going to come back. But right now, I'm going to add a few things. So what you do is you click on the heading because it adds to the left, and I'm going to put in original price. I love this. I do this for solds too. What is the price of this listing when it came out as a listing? Okay, that's the original price is. It's the original beginning price. Okay. So wow. So you can see this guy really came down a lot. He was 540 and now he's 432. This one came down. This one, okay, this guy went up. He was 519 and now he's 585. There's no green arrow there because you might have done it a while ago. I'm not really sure how they're doing the arrows. There is another price. I don't always put this in, but I think it might be worth looking at it with you. So original price, when the listing comes out, there might have been another price change. Sometimes they do multiple price changes, right? You can add something called prior listing price. Did you ever hear of that? Probably you might have seen it. Probably don't know it. Prior, let me find it. Of course, I skipped it. Heard it. Whoops, that wasn't it. Didn't want that. Remove it. Go back in here. Wait, I want it over here. So it's going to go. I can always drag it if it doesn't go in the right place. It's prior listing price. Let me go nice and slow. MNO. P. It's right in front of me. Sometimes I miss them. Here it is. So this one did change to 447 and then it's sold for 432. This is so great because, and I know someone's probably thinking, can we save this? Yes, we can save these headings so that I can use them for other towns. I do like to teach this. You might have learned that in one of my classes. And look at this catches my eye here. What happened here? It went from 629. The listing agent changed it to 599. Oh my goodness, because they forgot 3 zeros. These like behind the scenes things that are happening on our listings. I think that happens because we get those 3 zeros in Stratus that sometimes confuses people when you're putting in a price. So you can kind of see the trend here, okay? And it looks like, so I'm in Huntington. Every market might be different. And I could see that it's trending down, okay? It's trending down. You might still see one that's going up, but most of these are on the decline. So that's interesting. I couldn't tell that until I put in these headings. Now, the way you save the headings is you click on customize. And remember, this is recorded. So if you miss something, you can always watch the recording when it's posted on LI Realtor. I'll show you where you can find it. And then you're going to press save down here at the bottom. And then I'm going to call it, I put a 1 there, so it comes to the top, price change report. And you're not saving it for the town, you're saving the headings so that you can use them again for another town. Because I'm not always happy with the Stratus setup. I like to see what I want to see. Sometimes I want to see school district. And you can do that by deleting some of these or putting some more. So here it is here. See it in the window here? So this is the way we started in the default. I can't tell a thing from this. Okay. It looks like there's price changes. I don't really know, but I designed that report. I put a 1 in front of it. So it'd be at the top. 1 price change report. And now I'm in that report so I can see what the market is doing. I don't know why this is so big in here. All the prices dropped for the rest of the houses. Only 1 went up. Maybe renovation, could be. Price changes on the bottom of the listings here. You see that too. But isn't this easier to see them all at once instead of opening every single listing to see what the price change was? It'll take me all day. Right now, I can really, in a quick glance, look at all of this. All right, so that's something I wanted to show you. Another one, I don't know if I should, let me just keep my eye on the clock here. If we wanted to do, here, I'll do 1 more of those price changes, and then I'll move on in case you missed it and you want to just see it again. I teach so many classes, so I know he's here. Can you show me that again, Maureen? Okay. Let's do Bayside. It seems to be a popular area. And then I want to do price change, right? Oh my gosh, this is huge. 40 price changes. Now I did my report, so I don't have to do it again. I'm going to hit this down arrow here. Here it is, my price change report. I can see the original price. What happened here? They went down, they went up. I guess there was a lot of buyers that wanted that house, right? This one went down, down. This one went up a little bit. So again, this is the way you can kind of see what is happening. This guy made $80,000 over listing price. That's nice. You can buy some furniture for your new place, and whatever else. So there's price changes, but some of them went up. Not many, though. Bayside would be a good one to do the market report generator on, just to see what's happening over there. I guess they're kind of leveling out a little bit. Okay, so that's my price change report. That's a good one for you guys to study your market. And the next one is, now we can do pendings too. Let me see if I have time. I want to do solds. Now, how do we do solds? We're going to do unavailable. And what else do we do? I know I can't hear you, but uncheck available. Good. Uncheck available. And okay, here we go. Let's continue. I already have my towns picked out. So this one is Bayshore. I'm going to click on Bayshore. Now, I'm not putting a style in this one. No, I'm not going to put a style in this one. Now, this is really confusing because you have list date, you got contract date, you got expire date, you got title date. Where do we go for solds? Title date, right? Usually we go back 6 months. You can use the calendars, but if you don't know the T dates, you're going to learn them right now, because that's what I do. I use T for today minus 180 days, which is 6 months. It just seems easier. And there's another reason for using that too. So if I wanted to go back 3 months, it would be T minus 90. You got it? If I wanted to go back a year, T minus 360. It will convert it. Now, if you save this search, it will automatically update that today's date. So if I check this next month or next week, it will be that day. That's what I like about it. And the T is a coded date that updates, you know what I'm saying, to the next date. So 157 houses sold in the last 6 months in Bayshore. All right, this guy went down. This guy, wow, went up a lot. Again, I'm going to show you, so you get another chance to see this, how to design a report for the solds. Now, price change won't be in here because that was for availables on the market. So it's located in a different area. So we're going to add in original price. Let me click on that. Okay, LMNOP. I like original price. You might have seen this. I showed this one. Another thing that, first of all, parking takes up so much space. I know it's really important, but I don't need to look at it right now. I don't need to look at basement either. Takes up too much space, because days on the market is way, way over on the right. See it over there? DOM. And it should be closer, don't you think? I'm dragging it. And we can drag things around too. That's important. So that should be right near my sold price. So days on the market, look at this one, 1362 days on the market. Oh, that one's been on the market since 2019. I don't know. There's some kind of story there, I'm sure. Oh, I forgot something really important. Statistics. This is such a great report. I do my mini CMA with this. Is it will give you your mean, your median price, your mode, your low, your high, what styles are selling. And when you print this out, which you have a little printer there, I don't have any criteria, but I check it anyway. My name, my phone number, and all that other stuff. Remember how I showed you on the report is there. So this is available too as a report for you guys. It's this little calculator up here that's always been here since the beginning of time. Can help you out with statistics, okay? And it'll do the statistics of what you have on the screen, you understand? Whatever is on the screen is your statistics bar. I do add this too, because everybody loves this. So let me just add something. It's moved from, like, where are people coming from that are buying houses in your town? It's a good one, isn't it? Where are they coming from? We're going to save this report and will not be saved for Bayshore, just like my price change report was not saved for that town. You can use it anytime. I'm going to call it, I put a 1 here, so because I already have some sold report. So this is the way I started. In the default, look like that. I'm looking at parking, I'm looking at basement, not really helping me too much. I don't even see days on the market, but I saved the report, called it sold report. And now I can see the original price, what it changed to, if it changed, and it did, and then what it sold for, and how many days on the market it was. Cool, right? Now I have 157. Here's something, I do teach this, and this kind of is gradually how I'm going to do the CMA. There's a lot of houses here. It takes me too long to see where they are, and I have great techniques on how to find out how close they are to the subject property. So we take all of them first without even looking at them. I go on to the map. I call this my mini CMA. Wow, a lot of houses here, and they're all sold in the last 6 months, okay? You can kind of hover around. How am I going to find my subject property, which I do have one? And some of you might know it's in locations. Really, really great if you haven't seen this. The house is not on the market, but it is in public records. So I can find, you can do this for your house. Go to the locations and put the address in. So I have an address here, 1462 Brooklyn Boulevard. I'm going to put Bayshore in again. Make sure you put the town in again. Otherwise, it could take you somewhere else in space somewhere. Press find. And there it is. Do you see it down there? It's the same color. I know we've been griping about that, but we have to pick our battles. So I gave that one up. It's right here. So now it's really close to Southern State Parkway, isn't it? So I might just kind of collect some of the solds near here. It doesn't really have anything really, really close to him. These aren't that far away. What you could do is, I think this is a colonial, but okay, is we have shapes on the right side. You need a little practice on this. You have a polygon, a circle, and a square. You probably can't see it with Zoom. I'm not sure. Let's click on the polygon. Teaching classes in the classroom, I always found that everybody found this was easier. It's the first one. See it here? Now you can see it better. Polygon. And you just kind of like a big string. You click. I'm going to pick all of these. I think I'll get this one too. See what's happening. And end on the same circle. So these are the closest ones on MLS that's sold. What you can do is, and not everybody knows this, you can print the map. And it really is a good looking look. See? Yeah, let me scroll down and move my Zoom bar out of the way. So you can show a homeowner this. Now I'm in that sold report too. I can see the original prices, the whole thing. No, there's no broker here, nothing, just my name at the bottom. And they will go, and the numbers match up to the numbers here. So they could say, oh, what's number 9? Oh, that's that house. Oh, I know that house. Whatever. So I always sometimes think less is more. And this really is an easier way to do certain things. Then you could go to the list. Now I didn't pick styles. So I have some ranches in, most of these are ranches anyway. But you can do statistics just for a group, right? instead of the whole town. So these are all like median price, selling price are 450. Taxes are 9,100. You see over here, I'm seeing that, and 22 days on the market. These are the questions I ask in class. How many days on the market? What's the median sold price of that? And you would go to your statistics. So you would print out the statistics, the map, and the listings. And that's what I kind of call a mini CMA type of thing. And if you wanted to, and you don't have to pick all of these. Yeah, let me show you something you might not know. That one that was on the market like thousands of days, oh, thank goodness it's not here. But if I only wanted certain ones, you could pick the ones that you want, just like a CMA. Let's just say I want these. There is a button called narrow that kind of just puts what on the screen, the ones that you chose. You can always bring them back by expand. This is how we're going to put things in the cart for the CMA. But also I can do statistics. Maybe I have a foreclosure in there that's messing up my numbers. I don't have to check it. And then I can see what the median prices are for just that group. So, you know, there are other options. You don't always have to jump into a CMA to see what's happening in a market. You can do all these kinds of reports and searches. All right. Now, the CMA. I'm not sure. I'm just looking at the chat for a second. Are you able to fast forward through the recording? Yes, you can. You can fast forward through the recording. You can do whatever you want. Watch half of it, a little bit, whatever. Now, I am so excited to show you guys, and I'm really glad you're here to see this because most people don't know this, all right? This is an easy way to do a CMA, and that's why I called it a simple CMA in Stratus, because it really isn't that simple. We're going to do it with a listing cart, but not only that, we're going to use a special search that searches availables, pendings, solds, and expireds, and that's what you want to put into your CMA, right? So usually if you were searching ahead of time, you got to do your availables first, then you got to do your solds next, then you got to do your pendings next. And if you've ever done a Stratus CMA, it's sometimes, some people say it's easy. It's not that easy. It sometimes gets a little, it should be really easy, confusing. So I found after teaching this for so many years, this is the way I think it's really easy to do. And you're going to do the listing cart and you're going to do your search ahead of time. Then you're going to put your CMA together. Okay. Now we're going to use a house. It is 32 Drake Street, Valley Stream. The first thing you should do, and especially if you're new, go to public records and try to find the house. So I'm going to go and do it for you. It's Valley Stream. So that, oopsie, it's Nassau County. Look at all our counties, lots of counties. And then in here, again, less is more is really important. We're going to type in Valley Stream. Now, Valley Stream has 3 school districts. Did you know that? 3. So we have to be careful with what we pick because we're going to be doing a CMA for this particular house. But I want to show you, look, check it out first. Go to public records. It's 32 Drake. It's Drake Street, but do not put street in here because you will get 0 because street is a separate field. You see down here? Now make sure you just put the street name in. Here it is. It is, okay, so it's a cape. It's a 4-bedroom cape. It's sold in 2014 for $365,000. That's probably the original, the homeowners that potentially want to sell it now. I even copied this MLS numbered down. I have it on my paper just to put it into the CMA. All right, so we know it's a 4-bedroom cape, kind of going by that. All right, so now I'm ready to roll. So here we go. Let me go back to where I was. So we're going to do, let me put a cart together. If you've never done listing carts, they're great. I'm going to do my list, listing carts. Now, if you guys have this sidebar here, you're going to have all your stuff over there. Listing carts here. I usually toggle it to the top. So that's why my stuff is over here. So you can pick whatever way you like. I'm going to create a cart for you guys, and we're going to call it CMA Valley Stream. Okay. Whatever you want to call it. They don't see that. Well, it's a cart, so it's not the name of the CMA. Probably name it the CMA. It's empty. Got nothing in there. One search to do your comps. You ready? Listing search. Predefined search. Now, the reason why I haven't been teaching this last few years is because it wasn't working properly. So I stopped teaching it. I was not getting availables. And that was important because it says available, unavailable for commercial, condo, land, rental, residential, anything you do a CMA for. Awesome. We're doing a house. So I'm doing available, unavailable, residential. And then one search, I call it like fishing. They live in Valley Stream. I don't put the address here, okay? This is a big mistake people make because the house is not on the market. I'm trying to find comps, similar properties, right? I am going to use Cape. Sometimes I don't use styles, but in this case, or sometimes I'll put more than one style, depends. It's 4 bedrooms. Sometimes I don't do this either. I think there's a lot of houses there, so I'm going to put 4-bedroom Cape. One more thing, put the title date in, T-180. So I'm in predefined search. You've probably never been in here before. So it's going to find all of the comps that I'm going to need in one search. I'm telling you, you'll be the only one in the office who knows how to do this. All right, here they all are. Now, my last status changes are way over here, again with the parking. Closed, canceled, pendings, temporarily off the market, expired, on and on. All my status changes are in here. So I don't even look at anything until I go to the map. So we're going to put them all on the map, and you're going to see all kinds of colors. Okay. Now I get rid of this bottom piece. I drag it down. Wow. And I love to see red on here because that's what was missing. Those are my availables. How do I know the colors? On the left side of the screen is the legend. I know it's hard to see. Do you see my mouse hovering over it? That will tell me what the colors are. Reds are on the market, blues are closed, purples are expired, and greens are pendings. Okay, we don't need the rest of that. You see where this is where I got that. So I want to find my subject property. Again, second time I'm doing this, so hopefully you remember, you're going to go into locations, okay? And then you're going to type in the address. It's 32 Drake Street, Valley Stream, okay? Don't forget the town. Find. Now it's kind of on the edge. You got to be careful with these types of properties. It's really close to Melbourne, right? Might be a whole different school district over there. I don't know, but we'll look. See, my little push pin is here. I do have a house that's on the market. That is a Cape, 4 bedrooms. These are all 4-bedroom Capes. This one's expired. This one's sold. So I can gather up and put into the cart all the comps. I'm going to use the polygon again for this. Now, if you're not good with the shapes, and I know a lot of people struggle with that, you can just come over here and check the boxes, or actually put them in the card here if you want. So you can do that. You can go to the next one, check the box, sometimes do that. But for time's sakes, I'm going to do it this way, using my shape. I've been using the shapes for a while, so I'm good at it. Now, these are Melbourne. I don't want that. This guy, I'll have to see where this one is. We don't have to use them. I'll take all of these. I'm just going to pick these right here. There's only one on there's 2 on the market that I can see. See the 2 red ones? There's one hiding back there. And then when you end it on, see if it doesn't end, see Stratus is a little temporary. Oh, that it did work. Temperamental is the word. So these are comps that are Capes that are 4 bedrooms near my subject property. You with me? Then we're going to go look at them in the list. So let me close this sidebar here. Okay, they are get rid of parking again so I could see the status changes here. Now, I don't have to pick all of these. You can look at them and see which ones you want. They are 4-bedroom capes near them. I'm just going to take them all because I could always take them out of my CMA. I'm going to grab them all, put them in the cart. I called it CMA for Valley Stream. And then add them. You probably look at them, see if they're closed. A lot of these are very similar properties. The only problem I have with the listing card is I can't tell what I put in there. It always made me a little nervous. Like, are they really in there? So I sometimes I'll do it again. You won't have duplicates. It doesn't duplicate, just to make sure. Okay. Once you have your comps into the cart, you pretty much can relax now. Maybe you can take care of business and you can answer phone calls and things like that and do your CMA later, because that is the nerve-wracking part of this. Okay. So I went to the map. I went to locations, put the address in, kind of circled these out. And then I went back to the list. I picked them all. If I didn't want to pick a few of these, maybe some of these are like a high price. They're all about the same price, aren't they? That usually helps. I don't know what happened to this guy. He lost some money on that one. Again, you can open them up and spend the whole day looking at them, but we're not going to do that. And then I went up here. If I forgot to create the cart, you can create it right now. You can create a new cart. Okay, whatever. I added them to my cart, and now I'm ready to put my CMA together. CMA stands for Comparative Market Analysis. So you're coming up with a price for our house. Usually, you know, some people do it in a listing presentation, or they see the house first, and then they go back and do the CMA presentation. So I am in my CMA in Stratus, and then the green cross, I don't know why, it's hard to see sometimes. And if you've never done one, there might be one in the middle here. You're going to click on that. You know, I have one already set up for you. So let's do this so you don't have to watch me type, okay? I already created. I only did the first page, which to me is the most annoying page, because you have 4 blue stars here that you must enter. Otherwise, it won't save. I already put the address in. Martha Jones is my seller. Okay, my client. Now they have all these tabs here. You need to get to the last tab to print it. So this is my advice. Don't go down like this. You get all confused. You don't know what is happening. If you're new, go across to each tab. Include a subject property. I copied down an old MLS number just for time's sake. It's 267310. Press use, and it kind of 267. I forgot a number. 6. Okay, use. Okay, it fills in some of the information. This is not a listing. You don't have to fill in all these boxes, okay? Just don't worry about that. But the price, take the old price out, take the old taxes out. This is where you would put your price range, or you don't want to put a price range. You want to discuss it with the homeowner, or you have an idea or whatever. Or you could just fill in the top part. Now, I save every page in the Stratus CMA because you just never know. If you click one wrong button, you lost the whole darn thing. So you don't have to, but that's what I do. Agent is you, cover page comes up automatically, and it should have your brand on it. Make sure, now you won't have this brand, you'll have your brand from your company with your picture at the bottom. Fix anything, make sure your cell phone number is in here. Cover letter, we get that automatically. It's like a form letter. You can customize this if you'd like. The most important part is the next part, your comparatives. Now we have all these other buttons here, but you are here to learn how to add it from the listing card. So we did the one search, we scooped them up, the ones that were near the subject property, they're all capes with 4 bedrooms. I put them in my cart, And now I'm going to add from my listing cart. I have a lot of carts, as you can see, but this one was the CMA for Valley Stream. Add to the CMA. I love this part. It makes me feel so good because it's just easier. Now, I got a lot of stuff in here. These are the only two that are on the market near this guy's house. That's a supply problem. I don't have enough houses for sale. These all sold. These are pendings. Here's an expired. This withdrawn I want to take out so I can remove things while I'm in here, which is really nice. You can take things out. I don't even need the expired. I'm going to take it out. Some markets we need it to show the homeowner that they're overpriced. But see how I did that? Isn't that amazing? Add from listing cart. So excited. Press save. Most important part. Honestly, that's all I do. I don't use the edits and adjustments. I don't get a marketing plan. You get professional paper. You might have one already from work. How are you going to sell the house? You're doing postcards, open houses. You're doing a Matterport tour, whatever you're doing. Okay, put it into a market plan. I wouldn't use this one. You can attach things to this if you were emailing it to somebody maybe who was located somewhere else. I'm not doing that either. We want to see what this thing looks like. So I'm at the last tab. So what did I do? I did contacts, subject, property. I checked out my cover letter. And then comps is the most important thing. Added it from the listing cart. And then here's where you print or email or download. So I always do like a print preview. If you haven't seen it, you know what I like about it? And if you use my technique, I think it's easier, honestly, is that this is a simple CMA. It's not overly sophisticated, but it's not hard for somebody to understand. You know what I'm saying? Like they can understand this. It's not confusing. It's easy for you to explain. You got a letter, you got a table of contents. So this way we know what page we're on, subject, property information. The pictures of the house came in. So my side by sides, this is typical for a CMA. Here's my subject property, and here's all the comps. I got 2 on the market, pendings, more pendings, a lot of pendings, right? Some solds. And then this is the one I look at in Stratus. It is recently sold. The average is almost 600. On the market's usually a little escalated, 657, depending upon the price, the condition of your property, right? And what you come up with for a price. Pendings are 609, but we don't know what the contract price is. So we don't really know. We know there's a lot of them there. The Stratus doesn't give you a price. So here's where you would put the price. Discuss it with the homeowner. You might put a price range in because you don't really know what the house is, what the conditions are. And then you get mediums. These are medium price. They're called medium reports. Pendings for every house because they like looking at that. All the way down to, there's a couple of charts here. I like the map though. Here's your subject property. Kind of picked a few of these. I could have probably just picked some closer. I usually go half a mile away. Market statistics and a days on the market chart. Easy peasy. Everybody laughs at my open house. Champagne and lobster. Those were the days. They used to have like a lot of food at open houses and things. Again, come up with a more professional marketing plan. You probably have one, if not, design something. And that's how I do my CMA. Okay, I use the predefined search. Even if you're not doing a CMA, today you should try this. Go into your listing search, go to predefine, search your town, see what's happening on the market, and throw your house onto the map and see what's for sale, what's sold, what's pending by your house. And it really will be like a one-stop shopping for searching. All right, so I have a minute. I'm going to look at chat, you guys, and see if there's anything that you have a question on. But thank you so much for joining me. Everybody enjoy the rest of your summer. And remember, on LI Realtor, you are going to have, here, let's see if I have LI Realtor open. Oh, I have it right here. LI Realtor, I'll show you where you can find this recording. Professional development, webinars. Here's my other one that I did, Stratus Refresher. See, that's recorded. This one, give it a few days, but it will be right here, okay? Like in a couple of days, and you can take the recording. So maybe somebody in your office could benefit from this. All right, everybody. That concludes the webinar. Have a great day and stay healthy and have a great summer.